Hello guys, hello everyone. Welcome to the game of Fellowship of Loux, published by Com to us. So I'm Zephyrs here. So yeah, today I'm going to talk about the Season 2 update, the version 2.0 that has just been released like around 4 days ago. Yeah, 3 to 4 days ago. Okay. So this Season 2 update is actually a big update. Yeah, a big update with a lot of content addition, a lot of new heroes. Yeah. Alright, now let's see and read about the Season 2 patch note. So the Season 2, Continent of the Dragon, Velasia. So okay, everyone will be getting a 5-star hero selective scrolls. Yeah, everyone will be getting. So when everyone has got the free net 5, the free selective net 5, so I'm guessing that there are some players that will be asking which 5-star or which net 5 that we should select. So there are Phoenix, Arkan, Lizzie, Kaol, Lin, Tiat, and Ramya. In my opinion, if you guys are new and starting out, the best choice to choose is actually Lin, because Lin is really like the queen of PvE. Yeah, the queen of the raids, the queen of the adventures, and the queen of anything related to PvE content. Even in Infinite Tower hard mode, there are some stages that require her. Yeah, so Lin is like a staple in the PvE content. Well, if you guys already have Lin or already have some other heroes here and want to go to upgrade your team in the arena or the team arena, so the best choice to pick is actually Ramya, Tiat, Kaol. Yeah, Ramya, Tiat, and Kaol, they are actually good in the arena and team arena. Okay, but if you guys have everything else there, so maybe you guys would like to choose someone to transcend, the same hero to transcend, or to complete your collection, like which hero you doesn't have. For example, for myself, I specifically pick Tiat because, yeah, I don't have Tiat, sadly. I have been getting multiple of Lins, multiple of Kaos, multiple of Phoenix, multiple of Ramyas, but I don't have Tiat at all. And actually Tiat is one of the earliest hero to be released. So along with the update, there are new heroes. New heroes, new type of net 5, which are known as the Ancient Goddess, in which in the book collection later you guys will see that they have different frame. Yeah, and also their skills are more unique compared to other heroes found in the game currently. Besides that, their stats are actually better than the normal net 5, like around, maybe it's like around 10% better than the net 5, the normal net 5. Yeah, 10% better. Okay, I'll talk about the hero skill, the new hero skill later in the collection page. The new skill effects, you guys can read that, right? And formation leader skill introduction to the 3 guild war net 5 from the union scroll piece. Yeah, from the summon of union scroll piece that is obtained through the guild shop, in which you guys have to do the guild war for like around 2 months in order to summon one of them. Okay, and the formation leader skill has been unified. So previously it's like, for example, Akuro leader skills previously is only applicable for guild war. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, it's only applicable for guild war. Well, currently they have unified everything for PvP content, which is the battle, for the raid content, or the adventure content. Okay, they have unified all the they have unified all the leader skills category into 3 main category, in which actually this is better. Yeah, this is better. Well, previously we always find that for example, it's like yeah, I want Akuro to be in my team arena. But in my team setting, all my backlines don't have a good leader skill. So yeah, I am forced to just simply click one of them as the leader skill. Yeah, simply pick one of them to be the leader of the backline, which doesn't contribute to the team in the arena. However, currently, since they have unified everything, so Akuro's, yeah, I'm just taking Akuro as an example. Akuro's leader skill can be used in arena, team arena, or guild battle. Okay, the hero balancing. So the developer actually mentioned that they are going to balance the net 4 hero first. Okay, but at here we can see that there are some net 5 heroes being balanced beforehand. So for the net 5 heroes that are being balanced, what I can see here is actually not much changes. It's more on their percentage skill damage and their percentage of effect. Yeah, for example, Tiat. Tiat damage is being increased by 10%, which I don't think it will be so significant. Okay, if I am to say which net 5 is being more significant buff, I would say Phoenix. Okay, Phoenix is being buffed significantly, but it is not as much as expected. Okay, because I still feel that Phoenix is still lacking something. Yeah, he is still lacking something. He is more on RNG type. It's like, let's say, if he managed to provoke a lot of people in the enemy teams, then he is very good. But if he fails to do so, then he is practically being not much use to the team. But yeah, comparing to all other net 5 here, Phoenix is being buffed the most. So for the net 4, well, I have actually read all this beforehand, before making this video. So I will just summarize that the most changes done to the net 4 are actually Bleef, Gore, G-O-H-R, Gore, and another girl I think is Aurelia. Yeah, Aurelia in return is the reverse actually, in which Aurelia is, well, I can say that she is being nerfed slightly and being buffed a little bit. So it's like more like balancing her active and auto skills. Yeah. Some of her skill is being nerfed, some of her skill is being buffed. It's like some changes to her skills. But for Bleef and Gore, yeah, they have the most significant skill changes, in which they are actually quite useful. Yeah, and another guy is actually David. Yeah, David skills is more like being revamped, being totally revamped, in which he can be a mini Lin. Yeah. He deals percentage damage. He does destroy armor. So he is being more relevant in the raid. But of course, she does not really be able to compete with Lin. Yeah, he can't compete with Lin at all because Lin has the higher damage output compared to David. Okay, and Lin is a physical damager. Okay, the hero skill error modification. This one is more like fixes. Okay, the Transcendence system. Yeah. Transcendent. So, in order to transcend a hero, firstly the hero must be fully awakened with leader skill activated, and you have to use another 6-star folder of the same hero, plus plus the Philosopher's Stone, in order to transcend a hero. Okay. Currently we can transcend a hero twice, and yeah, in the future we can transcend it to a higher level. And I have actually checked the stat of a transcendent hero. It's like they are like roughly around 15% higher stat than the original before being transcended. Yeah, I think it's around 15 to 20% within that range, 15 to 20% higher stat. Okay, for example, let's say currently when a net 5 is fully leveled up and 6 star, their attack is like around 410, but when you transcend it into another 2 level, their stat raises up to around 460 if I'm not mistaken, 460 or 450, I couldn't remember it, later we can check it. Okay, so the new adventure area has been released, the new continent, which is the continent of dragon, Velasia. Well, at there you guys can read through the story a little bit while playing, and most importantly, for the first time of clearing it, you guys can get some reward, yeah, some scrolls, some great scrolls there. Okay, new runes. So there are actually 3 new runes will be added. The attribute rune, penetration rune, and philosopher rune. But currently these runes are still not, well, they are still not really available yet. Well, they are available in the random shop. They are available as 3 star to 4 star runes, but for 5 star to 6 star runes you guys can only get them from the random shop. I don't think you guys can get it from the current raid, because the new raid, which is a Python raid, is not open yet. Yeah, I'm guessing that these 3 runes will be obtainable in the new raid, which is the Python raid. Well, out of all these 3 runes, I feel that the philosopher rune might be the best. Yeah, might be the best runes out of these 3 new runes, because of a set effect, which is a set of 2. Okay, set of 2 and probably the set of 4, we are not sure yet, but a set of 2 sounds, yeah, sounds very crazy. But we are not sure what is a chance. It's like when you activate an active skill and suddenly energy plus 100, you can activate another active skill. So that sounds very crazy, right? Yeah, it sounds very crazy, but we are not sure because we couldn't test it yet. Okay, the next thing is the changes of the set effect of current runes. Well, the most noticeable changes is actually the defense rune and the patient runes, in which their stats is being doubled for the 2 set effect, 20% to 40%, as well as the accuracy and the evasion rune. Their set effect is being doubled from 10% into 20%. Alright, so I guess all these changes you guys can read through, in which there are actually very direct changes, but what I see the most noticeable and the most game-changing rune here is actually the warrior rune. Yeah, the warrior rune in ability effect resistance from 30% increases to 50%. Well, imagine a tanker's second awakening. When you fully power it up, it's like another 30% in ability effect resistance. So let's say if you equip Zama with warrior rune set with a set of 2, you will get 30% in ability effect resistance plus, sorry, you will get 50% in ability effect resistance plus another 30% in ability effect resistance from the awakening level 2. Sorry, from awakening number 2, which is fully powered up. So basically means Zama will be having 80% in ability effect resistance. That's very crazy. It's not easy to stun a Zama anymore. It's not easy to prevent a Zama from activating his inability effect shield anymore. Yeah. Wow, so the new mileage system. So this is one of the happy system that everyone is being happy about. So every time you summon a scroll, you'll be able to accumulate mileage. And when the mileage reaches a certain level, you'll be able to summon special hero scroll, legendary hero scroll, special hero scroll, and finally a mythical hero scroll. Okay? So it's like special, legendary, special, mythical. Every 25%. So when you summon the mileage at the 25%, you will get special. At 50% is legendary. At 75% is special, and 100% is the mythical. Or the Ancient God Scroll. The Ancient God Scroll, you can only summon it when you reach the mileage number 7. Mileage number 1 to number 6 is the Mythical Hero Scroll. Alright, so the most happy thing is the third point here. We also plan to apply the partial number of scrolls used prior to the update, but we are not sure what is the partial amount of scrolls. But if you guys have been summoning a lot, in which there are some players which we have noticed having been able to summon the new Ancient God, well, most of us, well, including me, are actually summoning a lot prior to the update. Well, you can also actually get the Ancient Goddess from the normal heroes, from the premium hero scroll. Yeah, you can actually get it. In which I am one of them. Yeah. Alright, so the Infinite Tower. Well, if you guys clear the Infinite Tower of these specific floors, you guys will be able to get a Philosopher's Stone. To transcend a net 5 hero, we require 30 Philosopher's Stone. Well, I feel that the Philosopher's Stone is not easy to get currently. Yeah, they are not easy to get. So the modification of Platinum and Champion Grade points to 1006 from 1007. Well, this is actually a very good modification because, well, since Team Arena is actually a random match. Yeah, it's actually a random match, so sometimes you'll be matched with the opponents that you can't beat, and sometimes you'll be matched with the opponents that you can beat. Yeah. So it's not like the arena where you can actually pick your opponent based on a list. So it's actually good. Investigation. So yeah, I have noticed that the investigation reward has been improved. New items in the random shop. Okay, the Race and Sanctum of Strength. You can acquire Philosopher's Stone with a low chance from level 11 and above. Well, good news is, in the Sanctum of Strength of level 11 to level 13, there will be no more normal hero scroll and there will be no more low essence. So there will be only mid essence, high essence, and other stuff. Well, the Aegis, the premium hero scroll, you won't see any normal hero scroll. That's a very good news. And it's actually worth to do the new levels of Sanctum of Strength, the level 11 to level 13. Alright, a new server, a new monthly check-in reward, the daily or weekly quest. Well, the bad news for me, myself, or maybe some other players is, if you guys have completed the weekly quest, well, if you guys have completed the weekly quest, then you guys may not be able to get the Philosopher's Stone because it's considered completed. Same for the Infinite Tower. Let's say if you guys have completed the hard mode tower earlier, then you guys won't be able to get the Philosopher's Stone for this month. Well, that's very sad, and I'm one of them actually. Alright, I guess that's all for the update, for the patch note. Yeah, sadly you guys can see. Well, this week I missed 4 Philosopher's Stone, and this month I missed 20 Philosopher's Stone from the Infinite Tower, so which means that actually this month I missed like 24 Philosopher's Stone. Yeah, very sad. Alright, so now I'm going to talk about the new heroes. Morox. Wow, this is Transcendence stat. So let's see the normal stat first. Okay, the level 16 non-transcended stats. Alright, leader skill first. Strong God. So he is a god. Recovers by 3% of the HP with 15% chance whenever the allies in frontline are being attacked. So this is actually an okay leader skill. Not that good and not that bad. But it's not very it's not very attractive. Yeah, that leader skill is not very attractive. It's quite normal. Active skill, Earth Tremor. So he will instantly makes all the enemies fly in the air and put them under slowdown effect, 100% chance with some damage. So this is a very good disruption skills. And if I'm not mistaken, when I'm training him up, I noticed that when you activate his skill, his first active skill goes first. Yeah, his active skill goes first, which means that once you click him or you activate his skill, his active skill will go first, which means that he will instantly disrupt. Blasting power, the first auto. Stun. Okay, stun to the enemies in front, which is actually very good in disrupting Zammer. Okay, very good in disrupting Zammer, but I'm actually worried with all these new disruption skills on Zammer because of the new warrior set effect, in which he'll be like getting 80% in ability effect resistance once you have fully equipped him with warrior rune and fully power up his awaken number 2. Next, second auto, Vanguard. Well, buff the ally to absorb physical damage by 20% of Morok's max HP and increase the attack speed. So this one is a buffing skill. Okay. Avenger. Well, this actually, when we are reading this passive skill, it sounds very amazing. 50% physical damage with 20% chance whenever Morok's attack, and inflicts additional damage by 7% of Morok's max HP. This sounds very crazy, seriously. If you can build Morok's to like around 20,000 HP, if 20,000 HP, which means that he has a chance to deal 1,400. Well, is my max correct? Yeah, I think it's correct. Yeah, he has a chance to deal 1,400 damage when Morok's attacks, and it's not a basic attack, it's like an attack. So yeah, this sounds very impressive. Well, I haven't tested him. Yeah, I got him, but I haven't tested him. Yeah, I haven't built him yet. Increase HP proportional to 200% of Great King's Morok physical defense. Well, I think this passive is similar to Archon's. Okay, overall I would say Morok is actually impressive. He has all the disruption skills. Well, I would say that he's a better version of Archon. Yeah. Because let's say if Archon fail to push or fail to stun someone in the front to the back, practically Archon will be quite useless in the whole match. Yeah, if his first auto fails. But Morok, let's say if Morok fails to stun Zammer, doesn't matter, he still do something else. Yeah, he is still doing something else. Well, too bad that his second auto is a buffing skill. If his second auto is a damaging skill, then this will put his passive into a better work. But I would say overall Morok is quite great. Yeah, he's quite great. He doesn't really stand out to the top net 5 like the Cardus, Justia or Glenn, but he is still impressive in his own way. Okay, the next new one. I will talk about the normal one first. Patricia. Okay, I don't have Patricia, so I'm not sure what is her active skill sequence. So the leader skill first. Likes protection. 25% chance whenever allies in backlines are attacked, then she'll create a shield for 10 seconds. I think this is very similar to Huasu leader skill, right? Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, it's similar to Huasu. Well, this leader skill I would say is just very okay. Yeah, not very okay, sorry, it's not very okay, it's like not so attractive. Yeah, this leader skill is not so attractive. Active skill, Drops a light ray to all enemies to inflict 330% magic damage and increase skill cooldown by 1 turn. Okay only, I would say just okay for this skill, because it's not doing anything like controlling the enemy, just damage and increase the skill cooldown by 1 turn. And it's an active, so you need an energy bar to do that. First auto, Like's Lesson. 270% magic damage to all enemies, decrease the attack speed and acquire energy. Okay, this is a good debuff skill. Yeah, a good debuff skill. I think it's similar to Tiat. Yeah, similar to Tiat. Not 100% similar, but it's quite similar. Potential Knowledge, 340% magic damage to the enemy with highest magic power. Silence the target for 5 seconds and acquires 30 energy. Wow, the 30 energy. Well, if this skill is a first auto, I think she'll be more impressive. 30 energy. Wow, it's actually a lot, you know. But it's to one target. First passive. Decrease skill cooldown by 1 turn with 25% chance whenever Patricia attacks with basic attack. Iron Will. Increase the magic power by 20%, so this is a stat boost. So overall, I feel that Patricia is not a CC type mage. She is not a CC type hero. She is more like, first, she is more like a damaging hero. Second, she is more like a mage team hero, in which sometimes you guys can see in the arena, there are some players that are setting 1 front line and 4 back lines setup, in which it is full of CC or it is full of those that can generate energy fast. Yeah, I think Patricia stands in those team. Yeah, she does not CC that much, but her skills will lead to a long-term battle. Yeah, her skills will lead to a long-term, not to say a long-term battle, is like a fast energy generation. Yeah, so usually in the arena we are actually aiming to quickly end your opponent by protecting yourself with Zama buff or smashing your opponent at the same time. Like, keep damaging your opponent until 1 or 2 of them is dead, and then you will actually win the match, because 5 versus 3, definitely the 5 will win. Of course, providing that the 5 is still in a high HP condition. But Patricia, well, she doesn't offer much controlling. But if you ask me to compare Tiat and her in the arena, I feel that Tiat is actually better. Yeah, Tiat is actually better, because Tiat does freeze. Yeah, he does some surprise. He does some surprise element. But on the other hand, Patricia is quite direct. Yeah, it's easy to predict. But overall, she's okay in my opinion. Alright, now let's go to the Ancient God. Okay, I will follow the sequence in which I get them first. Okay, I got Prospera, and I actually got her in my Malish summon, the number 7 Malish summon, in which you can summon an Ancient Goddess. One of them, Prospera or Atmos. Well, actually, in comparison, I don't want to compare the Ancient Goddess and the normal Net 5. Well, in terms of stat, the Ancient Goddess stats are actually better. Maybe like around 10%, yeah. If I'm not mistaken, like around 10%. So let's see the leader skill first. So whenever you summon an Ancient Goddess, the leader skill is always activated. Yeah. Okay, this is actually one of the best leader skill. Increase the HP of all allies in the backline by 50%. Wow, that's a lot. And you haven't count what happened after you transcended your whole team, because after a hero is being transcended, you can notice that their HP actually increased quite a lot. Yeah, quite a number. 50%. Okay, before that we are looking like Kardus. Yeah, Kardus has the one of the best leader skill, because Kardus 1 is increase the HP of all allies in the backline by 35%. But finally Prospera beat him. She says she'll increase everyone by 50% because she's an ancient goddess. Okay, active skill, Death. 340% to all enemies and it's a confirmed critical hit. And let's say if your skill is under the cooldown, and this will increase the skill cooldown by 2 turns. Wow, just a wow. But too bad she activates her active skill the last, so we have to make sure that she is fully protected when she is using her skill, so that she will successfully activate her active skill. And it will be very painful, yeah, seriously very painful. Unlucky. Shoots arrows to 3 enemies, 330% physical damage. Additional damage by 5% of enemies max HP, and then will anti them for 4 seconds with 100% chance. Wow. Just when I am reading this skill before I got her, I feel like wow. In my mind it's like wow, just a wow. Okay, but good news is, if I'm not mistaken, if your Zammer buff up, this will remove the anti effect. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, because I noticed that actually. Well, but if she managed to strike the second time when Zammer is not protecting your team, and then somebody will be smiling there. Well, antis is actually very dangerous, because sometimes if you got the antis effect and you are in the mid of casting your skill, okay, this is the case that will be happening when you guys are attacking a ref. Sometimes when you activate your active skill and you are under the antis effect, your active skill will strike back your own ally. Yeah, I have actually got it before, especially when fighting a ref, because a ref will antis the enemy by a certain chance whenever he is being attacked. Blessing of Hope. Critical power up. 30% critical rate and 30% quick damage and increase the attack speed. Wow. It's a great buff. And if I'm not mistaken, he will buff his active skill activation. Well, because I got her recently, so I didn't use her much yet, but I have used her. And I realized that her skill activation will be starting with the first auto, second auto, and active. Yeah. She will antis first, she will antis, she will buff, and she will launch her active skill. And this is making her active skill being more deadly. 30% extra crit damage, and her active is guaranteed critical. Okay, Prepared Fortune. So if you deal damage that exceeds 20% of her maximum HP, she will go into invincible mode. This passive is actually more powerful than Karen's passive. Okay, Adrenaline. This will increase her vampire effect by 20%. So Prospera. So actually Prospera fits in any team, but in my opinion she fits the best in the Ramya team. Yeah, she fits the best in the Ramya team, because Ramya will prevent Zammer in ability buff, and this will mean that if Ramya successfully prevent Zammer's buff, this means that her first auto will be anti-sync your enemy for 4 seconds. Yeah, so we need to pray that Ramya's buff block actually lands properly. But because sometimes I realize that Ramya's debuff doesn't land. Yeah, even though I have very high accuracy. So okay, that's all about Prospera. And finally, Atmos, Atmos or Atmos. So she's floating up, but when she's in the battle, she's actually standing. Yeah, standing on the ground. Leader skill. Victory Roar. Attack speed of all allies in front line increased by 30%. Wow. Yeah, somehow the ancient goddess leader skill are actually very powerful. Active skill, Mara's Calling. So she'll remove all harmful effects, gains immunities against all harmful effects, increase damage by 20% for 10 seconds. So not very similar, it's quite similar to Ramya, just that she doesn't heal. And she removed the harmful effect. First auto, Goddess Army. So she'll create a shield to absorb physical damage by 20% of Atmos max HP. Okay, this buff is actually very good when facing the enemy that is full of the physical attacker like Velrog, Sharad, Glenn. Yeah. Power Rush. Punch the enemy to inflict 200 physical defense. 200% physical damage that ignores the physical defense to all enemies and stun them for 2 seconds. Well, her active skill activation will begin with the second auto first. Yeah, the Power Rush first. She'll stun all enemies and then we'll start with her buff. I'm not sure it's the auto or the active next. I couldn't remember that. But her active skill activation definitely begin with the second auto first. Yeah, the stun first. So actually this hero is full of buff. Yeah, full of buff. Dark Force. Remove one harmful effect, each on all allies with 15% chance, and grants immunity against inability effect for 2 seconds whenever Atmos is attacked. So if you place Atmos at the first front line, so when she is being attacked, she will activate her inability immunity shield with a 15% chance, but that lasts for 2 seconds. So she could be the fastest inability effect buffer if the 15% chance is being triggered. Biological armor. Wow, this actually is a very good passive. Yes, a very good passive. 1% of Atmos max HP. Let's say if you can get her max HP to 20,000. So 1% is like 200, so which means that she got a free 200 physical defense and magic defense. So overall Atmos is, yeah, being an ancient goddess, she is very annoying, she is very powerful. But if you ask me to compare between the two ancient goddess, Prospera or Atmos, I would say I will favor Prospera more. Yeah, I will favor Prospera more. Well, maybe because of Zama. Yeah, the presence of Zama still make me hesitate of whether to pick Atmos or Zama into my team. Yeah, my main arena team. Because Atmos, her inability shield is too much RNG based. Yeah. So this actually make me hesitate whether to pick Atmos or Zama. Well, in comparison between Zama and Atmos, both of them have their different usage. Yeah, both of them have different usage, definitely different usage. Zama is the very fast inability effect buff and is a guaranteed. It's a guaranteed one, unless a Ramya blocks his buff. But Atmos is full of other buff which have a larger amount of buff which is more useful. Yeah. So maybe we could test it out more later since I just got her. Yeah, I just got her like not few days, just after the update, so I'm not sure how great is her yet. Yeah, so I may need more time to test her. So yeah, actually I got Atmos and Prospera on the same day, like around 3 hours difference, 3 to 4 hours difference. I got Prospera from the mileage system, and I got Atmos from the normal, sorry, not normal, from the premium hero scroll. Okay, I got Atmos from premium hero scroll, which is very surprising to me. Alright, so about the new content, there are actually extra rate levels until level 13. Yeah, the drop rate of the runes I think is higher, but it will take longer time to clear it. But the thing that I am most happy about is the Sanctum of Strength, because at level 11 and above you won't be seeing any normal hero scroll at all. Yes, there is no normal hero scroll, and there is no low essence, and there is no small Aegis. It's like, yeah, it's like a very good, yeah, very good drop improvement from level 10 to level 11. Yeah, and the adventure mode, so the area 16, 17 and 18 is actually a new area, and you guys can get some reward by clearing the new area, which could be lucky. So yeah, I guess that's all about my comment on the new update. Oh yeah, one more thing about Transcendence. Alright, so in order to transcend a hero, well, every time you transcend a hero once, the max level increase by 2 and they will gain a new passive. Well, the passive skill is same for the same class of hero. For example, Velrox, Sherrod, Glens, they are fighter type or they are melee type, so they have the same passive. Yeah, they have the same passive, the same transcendent passive. Ramya, Divana, Kardus, who else? Floria, they are the supporter type, so they have the same passive. So what I mean is each passive, sorry, each class will have, sorry, what I mean is every class will have the same passive, provided that they belongs to the same class. Yeah, heroes of the same class will be having the same transcendent passive. Yeah, well, sorry, I couldn't build a sentence properly, but I'm guessing that you guys will understand what I'm trying to mean, right? So you guys can see Velrock, Glen, Aref, Serena, they're all sharing the same passive. Just that, yeah, the power of the passive is differ between their natural star of the hero. Where you guys can see, a natural 4, their first level of Transcendence is 150% physical damage with 20% chance, but for a nat 5, it's 200%, so there are actually some difference. So the Ancient Goddess and the normal nat 5 is the same. In order to transfer a nat 5, you need 30 Philosopher's Stone. A nat 4 is 20. Yeah, it's 20 if I'm not mistaken. 20, yeah. And a nat 3 should be 10. Yep, correct. I don't think you guys will transfer a nat 2, right? Yeah, nat 3, nat 4, and nat 5. 10, 20, and 30. Let's take Varrock as an example. So this is a stat of a level 60 Varrock without any Transcendence. Let's say you have transcend him once. His stat will become like this. So it's like 15 to 20% stat increase. Let's say if you transcend him the second time. Wow. It's like the stat increased by another 15 to 20% from level 62. So you guys can actually imagine, let's say if he is being transcended into a higher level, like the third time, the fourth time, or the fifth time, eventually his stat will be like double of the non-transcended hero. So yeah, Transcendence actually changes the hero or power up the hero quite a lot, I would say. Yeah, the stat actually increased by a lot. This haven't count the effect of rune that boosts your base stat, because this should be the original stat or the base stat of the hero, in which let's say if you equip him with an attack rune, the 20% is based on the normal stat of the hero. But I don't want to see Velrook because Velrook's stat here is actually increased. Yeah. $574. Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm getting a little bit confused. So Velrook's base stat is actually 574. Okay, 574. Comparing to 410, it's like around 164 increase. So 164 increase is like around 40%. Yeah, it's like around 40% increase in his stat. Wow, that's like very significant increase. Yeah, so Transcendence is actually very important. Not to look at the Transcendence passive, but looking at the stats. Transcendence actually increase the hero stat by a lot. Okay, I guess that's all about my commentary video for the new update. And how about some summon over here? The mileage system. Well, previously, just right after the update of Season 2, I have actually summoned the scrolls that I have been collecting. Yeah, and I have also shown you guys about the mileage summon, right? So after that, I have also summoned quite a number of hero scroll, the premium hero scroll, and I feel that in order to make one mileage bar fully, or in order to get the mythical hero scroll, if I'm not mistaken, if my estimation is correct, it's like around 400 scrolls. Yeah, it's like around 400. This is just an estimation. I'm not sure what is the exact number. I think it's around 400. I guess I'm going to keep my special hero scroll because in this special hero scroll batch, they are not, yeah, those net 5 heroes are not the heroes that I'm looking for. So I'm just going to keep and collect my special hero scroll first. Wow, come on, that's my lightning. Rain. In order to check what is the actual amount of premium hero scroll required to summon a March mythical hero scroll, I think that someone have to collect like around 500 to 600 hero scroll to test it. Yeah. Whoa, 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 I saw that. Wow. Wow. Well, I'm very happy because I'm actually looking for him to be transcended, because he is actually one of the top tier net 5. Wow, one more time, one more time. Okay. Mermaid. Misty. Well, I guess in my coming video, I'm going to make the tier list or the tier level for the net 5 heroes. Yeah. Well, I'm actually compiling and testing and observing the strength and the weakness of each net 5 heroes. Yeah, which I'm actually ready, but I did not expect the season 2 is coming this early, in which there are some additional new heroes for me to test and for me to check, or for me to experiment what are their skills and abilities in the arena or the PvE content. Okay, I'm not going to summon my special hero scroll. Oh, there's something new. Well, I guess I have to summon this, right? Elaine. Okay. So I guess that's all from my video. That's all from me. And thank you guys and see ya.